All right, guys, what's up? Today is Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. This is gonna be your workout for today. Today, guys, we have a good one in store for you. Kind of a different setup. I actually saw a workout that I really liked as far as the structure went, with the huge amount of rounds, super low repetition, keeping you guys moving for a long period of time. But that's gonna be kind of structured today. I'm really excited about this one. But warm up, we're gonna get into, guys, we're gonna do for 10 minutes today. It's just gonna be 10 minutes, quality movement. You can call it an AMRAP, as many rounds as possible, whatever you wanna call it. But again, it's just 10 minutes, guys, just trying to move well. Now, we're gonna start off, we're gonna go with a 20 to 30 second elbow plank hold. The 20 to 30 second range there, guys, is just based on your level, right? Your fitness level. So if 20 seconds is like a good challenge, do 20 seconds, call it right then and there, go on to that next movement, okay? But if you can hold for that 30, let's hold for the full 30 and then go from there, okay? But either way, with the elbow plank, guys, we're just thinking about coming down. We're driving down to our elbows, hanging out right here. Just really trying to think about keeping a nice flat back. I always think about thinking about tucking my butt underneath a little bit. That kind of closes those ribs down and allows us to get into a little bit stronger of a position. Once we're done with that though, we're gonna go and do 5 bootstrap squats. Our bootstrap squats, guys, wanna get into just a standard squat position. From there, we can grab onto either our feet, the top, or we can grab underneath. Either way is entirely fine. The key point here is to keep the arms inside of the knees as we come down in that squat. We're just gonna drive down, pushing the hips down, and really thinking about keeping the chest tall. And then from there, we're gonna push our hips up and back, squeezing, trying to find some tension back in those hamstrings. So you're gonna do 5 total reps, okay? After that, we have 5 broad jumps, okay? Our broad jumps, just try to think about jumping and landing soft into that next rep. You guys can have like a space where you can jump out 5 times in a row, totally cool. If we have to jump one way, jump back, totally fine as well. But regardless, feet are underneath our hips when we start, thinking about just kind of using the full body to jump. And as we do so, we're gonna jump, extend, land soft, and then go into our next rep from there, okay? Sorry for that, probably jumping at the camera right now. But after that, we have 5 dumbbell or kettlebell strict presses. If you guys have a heavier weight, we'll kind of go through some mods on that. But with that, just the single arm dumbbell press, guys, just gonna be here, trying to think about keeping the core nice and tight. It's gonna be 5 reps on each arm, okay? So 5 total reps on each arm. So if we have a heavier dumbbell, just go ahead and pick up the dumbbell here, like so, and then we can press that dumbbell up and overhead, okay? I actually like that because what it does is it forces you to get into a really stacked up position with the upper body. With the single dumbbell, it forces the narrow hand, so it really helps us open up that upper back and shoulder as well, okay? So again, that's gonna be for the 5 strict press. After that, we have 5 goblet squats. It's gonna be 3 seconds down and a 2-second hold at that bottom position. So what we're gonna do with that, we're gonna have our dumbbell, we have our odd object, whatever that is, and just hold here. We're just gonna squat down for a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. Hold for 2, 1, 2, and then explosively drive up. So from the side, again, we squat back, thinking about just unlocking the hips a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Holding for 1, 2, squeezing and standing up tall. Okay, so again, guys, we're gonna do that for a total of 10 minutes. Just make sure we're just keeping a good pace, keeping ourselves moving. You should be able to do this at a conversation pace though, okay? So again, that's the warm up for today. All right, guys, workout today. We have a partner WOD. You guys are going to do 100 rounds for time, okay? This is gonna be teams of 2. You guys are gonna alternate full rounds for a total between the 2 of you of 100 rounds, so 50 each. The way this is gonna work, guys, super quick transitions. You guys are gonna start off with 4 sit-ups, regardless of which track you're gonna be doing on the different workouts that we're providing for the at-home equipment. But it's gonna start out, guys, 4 sit-ups. Once we're done with 4 sit-ups, you are then going to do 3 box jumps, or it's just gonna be a jump in general. We'll talk about that in a second. But the box jumps, guys, there's no height specified on there. So if you have a box at home, we're looking for a challenging height for you, whatever that means. That could mean we have a 6-inch jump. That could mean we have a 36-inch jump. The idea there is we're trying to be explosive with that movement and make it challenging for it's only 3 repetitions that we're doing with that. So again, just pick a challenging height for you. Now, if we don't have a box handy, guys, if we're in that no equipment category, for the jumps, you can obviously find something to jump onto, make it stable, obviously, be safe with that. I've got a bench here, which I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate with that. But point being, guys, if you don't have something super tall and you have a super high box jump, just land with straighter feet. Okay? It's a very simple way to be more explosive. is just to not straighten out the feet, straighten out the legs. Okay, so when I jump on the box, let's say I only have an 18-inch box, like this bench is, I believe it's 18 inches tall. So instead of jumping here and landing in a squat position here and standing, that was a little sketchy. You can jump up, extend the legs, and just not re-bend them. So here, I jump up, land with straight legs, okay? So again, that's just an option for you if we have that. If not, you guys can perform broad jumps as well like we did in the warm-up. You'll just do, again, 3 reps of that, and just make sure you're explosive as you do them, okay? But once we're done with that, you are then gonna go into 2 dumbbell or kettlebell goblet squats. If you have the barbell, obviously, you guys can use a barbell. There's weights specified on there. But for this, I really wanna spend some time talking about the limited equipment and the no equipment options. So for that, guys, you're gonna have, for our limited equipment, you're gonna have your dumbbell or your kettlebell. You're just gonna perform a goblet squat with that, or front squats if you have 2 dumbbells. But here, with the goblet squat technique, you're just gonna hold the dumbbell underneath, just as we did again in the warm up, and then we're just gonna drop down, make sure we get full depth, stand all the way up. Okay, so that's gonna be for the dumbbell or kettlebell. For that no equipment option, guys, again, you're gonna have your odd object, whatever that may be. I'll just use my sandbag here because I've got it handy. So we're here, we're just going to bring the odd object up to our shoulders. So I'll be here in a front squat position, elbows slightly in front, and then I'm just gonna drop down, same thing. 1, 2, and then we're gonna finish, guys, since I have this in my hand, with 1 thrust. So as I drop down, I'm gonna squat, I'm gonna drive up, and then I'm gonna finish with those arms up and overhead, okay? Same thing can apply with the dumbbell. The point of that, guys, is it's gonna force you to be explosive on that thruster after doing the 2 front squats and the jumps, okay? So again, it's kind of my way of getting you guys to learn how to be explosive by kind of forcing you into that position, okay? So again, that workout, guys, is going to be 50 rounds each, okay? So you go, I go, for the total of 100. That is the workout for today, guys. I'm really curious to see how this one goes. I'm looking forward to it. All right, so finisher today, guys. We have 4 sets. You guys are starting off with 10 to 12 skull crushers. You guys can use that with your dumbbell, your odd object, either way is totally fine. From there, we're gonna go into 10 to 12 single arm Arnold press with the dumbbell, which we'll review that movement in a second. And then going into 10 to 12 single arm hammer curls, okay? Now, quick side note, I understand some of us have some different weights, so there's a lot of different options which I'll go over as we go through each one. Now, these skull crushers, guys, I'm going to use a bench, but understand you guys can use the floor to do this. It's totally acceptable. Either way is fine. But the reason I'm going to use a bench is just it's easier to see visually. So with these guys, you can have their bench set up, or if you lay on the ground, lay on the ground. But if we have a heavy-ish dumbbell or something that's going to work for us as far as weight goes, perfect. If you don't have it, if you have a barbell handy, a barbell is a really good way to do this as well. Just load up some weight on it. With that, guys, with the skull crusher, you're going to be here. When you come back, you're going to lift those arms straight up, finding a sweet spot on that dumbbell. And then once we do, we're just going to think as we drive down, we're going to keep our elbows nice and tucked in. And then I'm going to drive that dumbbell down to my skull. That's the name, skull crusher. Don't drop it, don't. And then from here, we're going to drive up aggressively and finish. And you'll notice there, guys, from my shoulder to my elbow shouldn't really move a whole lot as I go through those, okay? What you might fall into as you get tired is you'll start to drive your elbows out, so they'll flare out. So really just think about kind of keeping those elbows locked in. And then also to that, guys, as we drive up, we want to just think about keeping everything nice and tight and engaged. That's going to help us get into that position where our elbows kind of stay in here, right? Again, if we tend to get lazy with that upper body, the tendency is to drive the elbows out and just use some different muscles. We're really trying to isolate those triceps with the skull crushers, okay? But moving on from there, guys, if we don't have that, you guys can do that with a backpack, same idea, coming up. Each and every time, just keeping the forearms in the same position as we do those. But as you go through the Arnold press, guys, you can do these seated, you can do them standing, it doesn't really matter either way. This is like a perfect weight, a 40-pound dumbbell for me. But when you guys do the Arnold press, what's gonna happen is you're gonna start off almost kind of in that front rack position here. Knuckles are gonna be facing away. And then as we drive up, we're gonna think about just rotating the arms up and then bringing that dumbbell all the way up and overhead. As we come down, we bring it back to that same position. What we're trying to do with that Arnold press, guys, is get a full range of motion with that shoulder. This allows us to go through its fullest range of motion as we press up, okay? So again, you're gonna do 10 to 12 reps of that. If we only have a heavy dumbbell, guys, you guys can also just do a single dumbbell press in the same position. Just like I was talking about with that warm-up, the dumbbell press, especially when holding a single one as we press up, is very difficult to do that. Okay, so again, you guys can bring your dumbbell here, rest it in front rack position, and we're just gonna do 10 to 12 reps, pressing up and finishing overhead. Okay, even just doing this myself, I'm pretty warm right now, I just finished working out, and it's that same concept. It's just difficult to hold that dumbbell in that position, okay? So again, 10 to 12 reps of that. After we finish that, guys, you're gonna do 10 to 12 hammer curls. For these, you just wanna drive up. Kind of same idea with the skull crusher. Keep the elbow in the same position. Don't let it kind of flare back and start swinging. We wanna drive up, and as we do so, we're just using the bicep, all right? So again, we're trying to really focus on isolating each muscle group we use there, right? So we're doing, with our skull crushers, we're hitting our triceps. With our press, with the Arnold press, we're getting the shoulders, and then obviously the bicep curls, the hammer curls, getting the biceps. One thing I want to touch on with those, we're not doing a lot of pull-ups right now, right? So everybody's pulling strength is hurting a little bit. This is the perfect opportunity, guys, to really isolate the biceps, get those things nice and strong. If you ever get like pain in your shoulders, or I'm sorry, not your shoulders, but like your forearms from doing a lot of pull-ups, that's lack of isolated movement. Okay, so again, we want to focus on things like this because they allow us to get recovered, they get those joints, tendons feeling good. So take this time, guys, bodybuild, get a little swole session, okay? So again, that's going to be the finisher for today, guys. As I stated before, we have the odd object, do that stuff, get through it. Same thing with the same concept with those bicep curls, you just hold them and then bring it up to the shoulders, okay? So again, that's the workout for today, guys. If you have not already done so, make sure you guys watch the podcast or listen to the podcast Miguel and I did today. We talked a little bit about good old COVID-19, coronavirus. Keep you guys updated on that. Just trying to keep you guys in the loop as best as possible. Keep doing what you guys are doing. We love you guys. Have fun with today's workout.